Hi, I'm Kenesha. Welcome to my channel. I'm here to talk about The Other Black Girl, Season 1, Episode 5. So Colin's book gets leaked, and I think this is a good thing because the book was going to be terrible and Wagner's probably going to lose money anyway, so might as well get it out the way. And I do appreciate the chaos it caused in the office. It was entertaining for me to see Vera kind of go out of control and see all the panic in the office. That was entertaining. And it's hard for me to really imagine that this one guy, Colin, is single-handedly keeping Wagner in business. There has to be other authors that Wagner can publish, and I kind of hope this is an opportunity to get to meet some other ones. Is Diana and Colin the only authors on the payroll or something? I don't think we've ever heard of anybody else who is working with Wagner. So also, this might be I have been wondering how is Jesse the podcaster gonna play a part in the show? And Nella reached out to him about writing a book, so now that Colin is gone, is this leaving the door open for Jesse to be more involved in the show? And I wonder if having him in the office regularly, does that have anything to do with Hazel and Nella, and Hazel trying to force Nella into ending up like Kendra? I don't know if his presence would matter at all as far as those two go. So I wonder, I don't know if Jesse's gonna be important, basically. And he showed up a couple of times in these first 5 episodes, so maybe he's not gonna be more involved. I don't know. But I'm glad that the book leaked, and I'm glad that the entire internet is making fun of it, so that's great. I wasn't super clear on whether Hazel had anything to do with the book getting leaked, but it turns out she did have lunch with Richard and gave him the results of the sensitivity read, and then all hell broke loose. Hey, I don't know what's the deal with Hazel. Is she I don't know how much she is using foresight and kind of projecting how people might respond to the things that she says. She figured out a way to have Vera let Nella go early so the two of them could go to the party. And now she told Richard about the sensitivity read, and Vera's fired, and now it looks like Hazel and Nella are moving up in the hierarchy of Wagner. I just don't know how much of it is she plans for this to happen and she plans for it to go exactly one way, or is she just trying to manipulate people and they I don't know. I don't know anything about manipulation. I don't know how to do that to people, but Hazel seems to be great at it, and it seems like every move she makes benefits her. So I don't know how does she do it? And I don't know how much of this was planned. Was this Hazel trying to save it? I can't finish that sentence because I don't actually believe that. I don't actually think she's trying to save face for Wagner. So it's probably something else. But I don't know. It's just, I know that, like, obviously this is a scripted TV show, so things go a certain way. But I just don't get, like, how can Hazel have everything benefit her? So far, it's only 2 instances, but still. I mean, telling Richard was the right thing to do. Vera shouldn't have kept the results from anyone. So yeah, Hazel did the right thing, but it wasn't out of the goodness of her heart. I don't believe. And like I said before, Vera shouldn't have kept the results from Richard. But like, I didn't want her to get fired. Like, of course what she did was wrong. But I just don't want, I hope, even though she got fired this episode, I really don't want her out of the show. I like her character. I like her working with Nella. I enjoyed the, like, tension she has with Maisie, even though it's kind of terrible for The Office, but it's still entertaining, so it's fine with me. And I really don't want Vera to be gone from the show. Like, there could have been some other punishment for her, like, is probation a thing, like, in an office setting? I don't know. I've never worked in an office, so I have no idea what the rules are, regulations, and all that stuff. So maybe probation, maybe some kind of suspension, but I don't want Vera to be out of the show. And I'm afraid that her getting fired is exactly what that means. And I don't think Vera is closely tied enough to Kendra and her disappearance. So I don't know that there's really a way for Vera to not be a part of Wagner and still be in the show. So I'm concerned about Vera's whereabouts for the next few episodes. Richard is kind of confusing me. So this episode, he changes his mind and agrees to do a re-release of Burning Hearts. And it seemed like when Nella initially pitched it to him, it seemed like he didn't want to bring up bad memories about Kendra and what happened to her. I don't know what to make of him, because in that one-on-one setting at that party, it seemed like he was kind of in his feelings about Kendra and didn't want to bring up old stuff, essentially. But now in this episode, he seems so gung-ho about this, like, new direction, and talking to Diana and like doing this new thing with Diana, including releasing Burning Hearts. The thing is, I feel like Hazel didn't have a lot to do with why he changed his mind. And I just, like, in my mind, I can't decide if Richard had anything to do with Kendra's disappearance. So I don't know if this change of heart means he should be implicated on anything. Like, I kind of feel like Richard is trying to protect Nella, because she reminds him of Kendra so much, and he said that when they were talking at the party. And I'm just trying to figure out Richard. I think I'm gonna try to watch the show from now on thinking Richard is not guilty, basically. I don't know about innocent, but I don't think he's guilty of Kendra's disappearance. And I kind of had this absurd theory that maybe it was Hazel, and Hazel is older than she says she is, but that theory is far-fetched, so maybe I'm not going to lean on that. Also, because he's like the CEO and founder of Wagner, it might not be in his best interest to have some kind of supernatural stuff, like making employees disappear. Maybe that's not good for business, so maybe he's not involved in anything that happened with Kendra. And the speech he made in the conference room about, I've let this go on for too long, and I don't know, I like let people, whatever he was saying, when he like rolled up his sleeves and gave a speech, like, the speech was good, but like, I just felt uneasy about it. And I don't know if that's just me being weird, or was that like intended in the performance? I don't know. All I can go off is just like what I saw and what I felt watching it. It just made me feel uneasy. It felt a little artificial. And that makes me wonder if there's some other like hidden agenda of some kind with this re-release stuff. So I don't know. Man, this, like, again, I'll say the speech Richard made was good, but like, I just felt, and it's really the shot at the end where like the camera pushes in on his face and he's smiling and like he's waiting for applause, kind of. It just, I don't know, that felt weird. It like didn't feel totally genuine somehow. So I don't know. I want to trust Richard, but like I don't really have a reason to trust him, so maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. I do kind of feel like Richard likes Nella and wants to keep her around, so I'll just try to lean on that. You know what's really weird is like I can't wrap my head around this reflection stuff that Nella is seeing. She saw Kendra's reflection in like the elevator in the first episode. I think she saw her reflection somewhere else. Maybe not. She saw like a vision of Kendra, I remember, in the first episode, and she saw Kendra's reflection in the elevator, so maybe that was just the only place. And then this episode, she sees Kendra and Diana like their young selves, like in the ground in like a reflection of a puddle or something. I don't know what to make of this stuff. Because first, when I made the video about the first episode, I was thinking Kendra was in like an alternate dimension, and somehow reflections were like a way to like cross to the other side, basically. Like that was a way for Kendra to see into the real world again. But I don't get what supernatural stuff is happening. And I initially thought that Nella could only see visions of Kendra inside Wagner, but that has not happened. So I don't know what's going on. Okay, so we're 5 episodes in, and it still feels like Nella is going to end up like Kendra. And I really don't want her to, so I'm trying to think of ways that it could switch around. But I don't know. It would be great if somehow Nella could pull Kendra out of whatever dimension she's in right now. It would be great if Nella could flip it and send Hazel into whatever dimension Kendra is in. It would also be good if Nella just quit. But I don't think that's happening. If she quit, I don't think she'd have to deal with all this stuff. Supernatural stuff in Wagner, but that's not gonna happen. But just the reflection stuff really is kind of unsettling, and it just, like, I don't think this is gonna have a happy ending. I wanted to, but it seems like I don't really feel like there's been a breadcrumb or any sort of other possibility hinted at besides Nella ending up like Kendra. Like, I don't think, maybe I missed some stuff, that's possible, but it just feels like all signs are leading to Hazel is gonna get Nella. And now it seems like Nella is getting suspicious of Hazel, but Nella has no idea about the Kendra stuff. So I don't know if she's gonna be able to, like, start asking questions about Kendra and what happened to her. Is somebody gonna, like, slip some information about Kendra, about some information they know about Kendra? I mean, this episode, Hazel did, like, confess to Nella about the rum cake that, I mean, she lied to everyone in the office about the cake. So is that like a crack in the foundation? Is Hazel, is like hubris or ego gonna be what makes Hazel slip up to Nella? And then Nella's gonna start to figure out, like, what happened in the past with Wagner. Like Hazel seems like she's trying so hard to, like, support Nella and be on her side and be friends with her. And maybe that's a different tactic she used than when she was in Boston, and I assume tried to do the same thing. Same thing that happened to Kendra to someone else. And Hazel did mention, like, she worked with another black girl in Boston and they weren't friends. I still wonder, could that be Scarface? I don't know. Could be, but there is no evidence at all right now, so who knows? But Hazel, I don't know, Hazel trying this new thing about being friends with her victim, I think. I hope it backfires, basically. Because I want Nella to start figuring things out. She's getting suspicious right now, which is good. I think there's 5 episodes left, so we're halfway. Okay, and Nella's suspicious. I want Nella to figure it out in time, but I still don't think this is gonna have a happy ending. And I still think Nella is gonna end up disappearing like Kendra. So Scarface got caught. I mean, I wonder what's gonna happen to her. I don't feel like she's going to escape her kidnappers. Okay, at the beginning of this episode, we see Scarface. She's getting up at like 5:30 a.m. and doing pull-ups and eating food out of cans. Like, maybe I shouldn't have, but I got the impression that she was like physically fit. Like, maybe she like, I don't know. I got the impression that she was a fighter from that little montage at the beginning. But then when the van rolled up on her, I did not see one punch thrown. I didn't see a single kick. So, like, how you... she didn't put up a fight, and that surprised me, basically. I mean, it's a TV show, so, like, what... I don't know how much that matters. Like, and she had to get taken. But, like, you could... I mean, one punch? You could throw one punch. Or, like, try to run away and get chased down or something. Like, I don't know. The way she kind of went out, you're not who I thought you were. So, okay. And that also maybe means she's not going to get away from them or wherever they're taking her, whatever they're going to do to her. I don't think she's going to get away. You know, it'd be kind of funny if Hazel was behind all this and Hazel brought Scarface to, like, I don't know, some place to do some kind of villain monologue and, like, just keep Scarface, I don't know, tied up somewhere so Hazel could finish her evil plan and make Nella disappear. That would be, I think that'd be kind of funny, but probably unlikely. I do think Hazel, and I'm going to throw Diana in here, are the only two people who might have any idea about Scarface's existence and Scarface following Nella and try to get in contact with her. Just, I think Hazel for obvious reasons, and Diana just because of the intel I think Diana might have as far as the supernatural stuff going on in Wagner and the plan to make people disappear. Like, that's it. In the first couple of I don't know if this is episode 1 or episode 2, but I remember Hazel and Nella having, like, lunch together or just talking together outside, and Hazel mentions that she had met Diana, like, previously. And I think that Hazel could have gotten information on what happened to Kendra and how to do it to someone else from Diana from that meeting. And that's kind of why I throw Diana into this thing about maybe taking Scarface. So, I mean, that's why. So those are my 2 suspects so far. You know what? Actually, this is probably another crazy theory, but I'm actually going to throw Malika as a suspect too. Just because, I mean, Malika and Nella's boyfriend know about the stalker. I think they both know about the location of wherever Scarface wanted to meet Nella. I think. I'm not sure. So, like, they knew about it too. I'm just gonna, yeah, maybe Malika could be taking Scarface just to protect Nella. Like, I'm just gonna throw her name out there. I just had the idea right now, so I don't know. I don't think that's it, but just gonna say it. Honestly, now I really wish it was Malika, because I think Malika is absolutely gonna get some answers out of Scarface. And I just think maybe Malika could just, like, get some other friends to, like, grab this girl and, I don't know, take her into an empty parking lot or something. I don't know. But yeah, whoever's got Scarface, I hope we get some answers. So those are pretty much all the topics that I want to talk about for this video. Before I wrap it up, let me know in the comments, do you think Vera should have been fired? I mean, I said before, like, maybe there's probation, suspension. I think there's like a leave, some kind of leave that you can take without pay. Maybe that was an option. Man, I don't want Vera to be out of the show. So yeah, let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think firing her was the only option? Or do you agree with Richard that she should have been fired? Or do you think there could have been some other punishment? That's going to do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time for episode 6.